Hey book besties, welcome back if you're new here. My name is Ashley, I go by Little Cozy Reader, and I am so glad you're here. On today's video, we are going to be talking about the 10 books on my December TBR that are not holiday books. So for those of you that have been around for a few videos, you know that I have a 10 before the end list, a 24 books to read in 2024 challenge, and a bunch of Storygraph challenges that are going on that are ending in December. And what that means for me is that I have a massive December TBR. So I already did a video on day one of Bookmas of the holiday books that are on my TBR. So this is just going to be the 10 that are not holiday books that I need to get to in order to cross them off of all of those other lists. So let's dive in. Up first, I did a color challenge on Storygraph, and y'all, finding books with gray covers and spines is really hard, but we have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So this is the first book in a series by Holly Jackson, but we have a gray spine and gray cover. So this is going to kill two birds with one stone for me in terms of prompts. But this was also on my fall TBR and my November TBR, so I didn't get to it, and that means I need to read it now. Not to mention I've heard it's really good, so I'm excited about it. I just haven't had time, y'all. There's not enough time. Next up, another book that you recognize from my TBRs, and it was on my 10 before the end, and that is Miss Haunting Adeline. You see that bookmark in there, baby? It's only on page like 10 because I started it, but yeah, this is on my 10 before the end. We're approaching the end, so needs to get read. She's sick, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine, y'all. It's fine. It's not like we have any other giant books that we didn't get to last month that are on our 10 before the end. Anyways, I also need to read A Court of Silver Flames. So, it's fine. This book is only 757 pages long. It's fine. Everything's fine. We'll be fine. Luckily, I have the audiobook for this one, so that will hopefully help. Can be listening to some good old headboard grabbing while I'm at work. Who doesn't love some good old fashioned headboard grabbing? I'm talking about wingspans at work. Next up, one of my prompts that I need to finish on Storygraph is to finish a series, and no better series needs finished than this series, because I have been in the middle of this here book for months. This is Saint, the last book in the Bell Brothers series by Sierra Simone, and I desperately need to finish this book because if this book follows me into 2025, I'm going to be running for my life. There's no reason why this book has not been finished yet. It hasn't, and so it needs to be done. Next up, we have another book you've seen on some TBRs here and there. It's on my 10 before the end, and that is Addicted to You by Miss Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is book 1 in a 10-book series, and I think that is scary to me because I have not even attempted to put this on a TBR since I made my 10 before the end. Haven't even tried. So we're going to put it on my December TBR, and maybe 2025 is my Addicted Calloway Sisters year because I'm going to read the rest of them maybe in 2025. So hype me up for that in the comments because Lord knows I need it. Next up, a book that I bought recently that for some reason I thought it would be a grand idea to put on my 10 before the end, despite the fact that I have tons of books that I've had for years on my TBR. And that is Tender as the Flesh. This book terrifies me because I don't really know what it's about other than it's weird. We're slaughtering humans. I guess that makes sense. It's just kind of in the title on that one. But yeah, this book is supposed to be really weird. It's supposed to be like a modern classic. It won an Argentinian author prize, I guess. That's cool. I've heard this book is deeply unsettling. And for some reason, my brain said, yeah, let's read that in December. That sounds great. So luckily it's short and the words are pretty big. So I'm probably going to read this and then binge Christmas novellas. I think that's my plan. Because I'm going to be doing a video for you all that is a weekend of nothing but Christmas novellas, so maybe I read this first. So I read this on like a Thursday, Friday situation, and then Saturday, Sunday, we go hard in the paint on some Christmas novellas. I think that sounds like a plan. Another prompt that I have, one of the wonderful things that I love about Storygraph is the amount of diversity challenges that they do every year. And so I am in a diverse baseline challenge. For December, one of the prompts is a cozy mystery written by a BIPOC author. And I have Arsenic and Adobo, which is a book that I've had forever. And I've wanted to read it forever. And what a better time than now to read this cutesy little cozy mystery. I like a cozy mystery. They're not something I gravitate towards, but I enjoy them. It'll be interesting because I haven't read one in a really, really long time. At this point, it's been years. I've been reading like legit thrillers. So I'm curious to see how it stands up compared to, I mean, obviously cozy mystery is like a huge genre. So maybe this could be my new genre love of 2025. I don't even know, but we're going to try. So Arsenic and Adobo. Next up, we're back to the color challenge, okay? And I needed something with a pink spine. So, pink spine. The stranger upstairs. Look at how tiny she is. This is going to be great. I've heard this is not that good. We're just going to say it now. I've heard this is not that good. But she's tiny, and she has a pink spine, and that'll do. That's all I need. Oh, and it looks like there's some, like, mixed media stuff in here, too. We love to see it. Love to see it. This is a home renovation thriller, which is a fun thing to say out loud, you know, sometimes it's just a thing you say. And it is like, bought this cheapo house to fix it up, and turns out there's things in here that go crink in the night. So I don't know what that was. Crink in the night. Anyways, pink spine, stranger upstairs. Next up for my diversity challenge again, I needed a book by a BIPOC author that talks about intersectional feminism. And for this one, I'm very excited to get to this book, Evil Eye by Itaf Room. For those of you who don't know, this is the author of A Man Is No Woman. Is that the name of it? I'll put the picture up here. This was a really, really good book. I really liked this book. And so I'm very excited to read this. This is a little bit more memoir-y. Not a woman is no man. It says it on the inside cover. A woman is no man. This is a bit more memoir-y. I don't think it's an actual memoir, but it is much more akin to a memoir than the other book. And this tells the story of Yara, who is working to outrun the demons of her tumultuous childhood in Brooklyn and is now in suburban North Carolina and sort of dealing with intersectional feminism, obviously, some elements of racism and xenophobia and Islamophobia and all of those sorts of things are bound to be in here as well. Like I said, I really enjoyed A Woman Is No Man, so I am looking forward to getting to this one as well. And lastly, on this list, another one you've seen. You know her, you love her. We love to see her every month. Maybe this month will be the month we read her. Heartless Hunter by Kristen Ciccarelli. The second book to this comes out in February, y'all. I'm running out of time. This is on my fall TBR. I need to read it. It's on KU. I have no excuse. I have it on my Kindle already. I have no excuse. That's me reminding myself that I have no excuse. This needs to get read. And I've heard so many people read it recently. Like, I know Allie read it, and multiple people that I follow on YouTube have read it recently and given really good reviews that, like, make me want to read it. Yeah, here she sits, unread. And if there's anything I learned from my November wrap-up, if you guys watched my November wrap-up, literally, what is the point of putting off books? Because half the time, the ones that I put off are so good. So I don't know why I put them off. That's another example. I'll bet it's going to be so good. I know better. Anyways, those are all of the books that I have that are not... Oh, there's actually one more honorable mention. This is technically a Christmas book, but I did not include it in my Christmas list because I did not know about it at the time. And that is Amor Actually. This is an anthology of little Christmas novellas. And the reason that I found out about this is because of my last prompt for the diversity challenge for December on Storygraph, and that was to read an anthology by BIPOC authors. So this is a collection of stories that are holiday themed by BIPOC authors. So this one I will also be reading this month. Yay! That is it for today's video. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you liked this video, give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so I don't miss you in the next one. Bookmas is chugging right along. It is crazy how fast this is going already, but it's going so well. So thanks for sticking with me, friends, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!